Recently, I was lucky enough to play 18 holes with these, the brand new Callaway Apex MB irons. And I'm not going to lie to you, it didn't go well. Let's do it, and let's do it now. Hi everybody, James Robinson here guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, oh that's really not a great start, that wasn't a good swing and I haven't done that on purpose. Guys, today we're going to have a look at the differences between good shots with the new Callaway Apex MBs and not so good shots. My fingers are absolutely tingling after that shot. And long story short, I was lucky enough to play 18 holes around the Brabazon at the Belfry a few weeks ago with these clubs, the full set of irons. And I picked them out of the bag. I was like, I'll take them. That'll be fun. That'll be a laugh. Why not? I can definitely hit them. I'm not gonna lie. When I do hit them, guys, like that one, I can hit them. And this is the kind of the whole premise of this video is. We can't really beat around the bush with how good these things look. I think it's fair to say that they're probably up there with some of the best looking irons ever. I mean, I'm not totally sold on the bullet hole on the back, but I suppose that's each to their own, isn't it? It looks good in that light, doesn't it? So, back to the story. Basically, I played 18 holes and I was lucky enough to test a lot of new Callaway product that's coming for the year. And I played really well, like off the tee, bombed it, putted really well, chipped really well. I even holed a bunker shot, which that never happens, ever. And then the iron play was, it was hot and cold, I think we can say. So I think these could well be some of the best looking irons ever, but potentially some of the worst forgiving irons ever. I mean, just look at the size of these blade lengths. That's like, it's really, really, really small. And normally what a lot of people would do with these clubs is they might go pitch and wedge 9-iron, 8-iron in the MB, then you maybe go up to a more forgiving one for the mid irons and potentially an even more forgiving one for the long irons. But then you kind of look at this 9-iron and you think, well, I really don't need that stress in my life from 140, 145 yards, like ever. So we're going to see the differences in forgiveness between good shots and bad shots. I'm going to hit a load of shots with the 9-iron, the 7-iron, the 5-iron. And like I said, a lot of times when you test blades, you maybe get up to the 5-iron and you think, maybe not. I mean, I've played blades a lot. I have played some form of blade pretty much all my life. But I don't know what it is with these things that just shook me a little bit. They kind of had me a bit, oof. I hit a shot from 165 yards. I think it was a little bit downhill as well. Fair enough if it was wet, but I mean, the ball ended up wet because it went in the water. That was on the 18th? That was on the 9th. That was on the 9th hole at the Belfry. If you know it, I'll put it on the side now. Had a 7-iron in and should have basically hit like a 5-iron. It came up 20 yards short and it didn't even feel that bad, which was the worst thing. And that's what gave me the ambition to do this video. Like, the differences in dispersion aren't going to be too bad, but the differences in front to back dispersion in distance, depending on where I hit it on this beautiful looking club head, it's going to change massively. And this video isn't about trying to put you guys off using these golf clubs or bladed golf clubs or any golf clubs. It's about thinking with your head and not necessarily your ego, which I know I've done for a long time, and I'm sure a lot of you guys at home maybe do as well. I mean, when you strike that really well, nothing compares to it. Yeah, I've pulled it off there, but if you are good enough to play these, there's not a lot that really compares to them in the feel-wise. Obviously, the Mizuno feels really good, but even they look a lot bigger and a lot more forgiving, the MP20MB that is, than these. I don't know what it is that they've done with these, but they just look really, really, really small. So you would think with a 9-iron that the front to back dispersion, the difference in distance wouldn't be too bad. That first shot was actually, and that's what could happen as well. That's where you're not concentrating, you're talking through something, you're seeing the snow outside, and then you go and hit that one. So I think we've had enough of the 9-iron for now. We'll slide that one away gently and we'll move into the 7-iron. Now, a 7-iron for me is generally around 165-ish. Obviously, a more forgiving one, a stronger lofted one. By the way, did I mention the lofts on these? Oh, they are so traditionally lofted, it's unreal. So basically, as a review goes, you need to be a really good player for these. And please don't go and just try them on the range. Try maybe the 7-iron in a fitting, which a lot of people do. And then hit one like that, 170 yards, absolutely nailed it, and think, yep, I'll get a full set 3-iron pitching wedge, please, sir. No, no. You see, you need to test them where it counts. You need to test them out on the golf course. You need to properly test them, I think it's fair to say. And when I said to the guys that that's another good one, but you see that felt just as good as the last one, it's 6 yards down, which says to me that it wasn't quite as central. And when I said to the guys at Callaway, oh yeah, I'll take the Apex MBs out, it can't hurt, can it? First of all, they laughed. They must have watched the videos. And second of all, it did hurt. It hurt a lot. Not gonna lie, I'm quite worrying about getting snowed in here. We might have to wrap this up quick. So just make sure you do go and test these clubs where it counts. I know it's difficult, I know it's not a great time. You see, that's another one where it's brilliant. Should I maybe just go low irons? Maybe just a pitching wedge. Bent to a sand wedge. Okay, I just want one in the bag because they do look incredible, even with my fingerprints on them. And one thing which this video is basically going to be, it's going to be luck of the draw as if it works or not, if I do hit the good shots, if I do hit the bad shots. And that's not what... Pretty good again. That's not what you want your round of golf to be. You want your round of golf to be enjoyable, if that's possible. You want it to be pleasing. You want to know how far you're going to hit it, even if you don't quite get it. Let's go a couple more 7s, give us a chance to mess up. Right, this is getting silly now. I'm really hitting this 7-iron well. And it's funny because you look down at the 7-iron and because of the loft, it does look almost, not forgiving, but it looks kind of more hittable. Whereas the 9-iron, because it's such a small head, the 9-iron, because it's such a small head, obviously, it kind of put me off a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. That wasn't great. Still not bad though. Maybe I just had a bad day at the Belfry. No. Because you lost about 5 golf balls, 3 of them in the water, and it starts to play on your mind because it actually starts to make you tighten up a little bit because you think, there was a time where I can't remember the hole, it was over water again, because we teed off on must have been on the front 9, and basically it was a par 5, I had a pitching wedge in for my 3rd shot, 130 yards, I thought, yes, just a pitching wedge, and then I thought, actually, if you don't get this, that's going in the water, so should you hit 9-iron? And then you hit the 9-iron well, it goes 140 yards. Luckily enough, I didn't hit 9-iron, I hit a pitching wedge, but it went in the water. Right, one more 7, par 3, 165, that's what I generally play it at. Oh, I've ripped it. 165 on the nose, it's gone a little bit right, but I hate golf. Why does golf have to be so annoying? Now here's where things might get less annoying for you. 5-iron. How are we all feeling that I'm going to do with the 5-iron? Usually for me, 5-iron, 190 to 200, depending how well I hit it. Generally more on the side of 190. Going to be a good one, isn't it, I think, to get a consistent 190. So I'd just like to take a second to thank my fingers. I've really enjoyed having them for the last 29 years of my life. And just hope I don't blade this like I did that 9-iron. Oh, that's a great swing. 197. Isn't it funny how you can talk yourself out of it all you like? I do feel like the premise of the video was covered already with the 9-iron, to be honest. That you'll see the differences in that, and I'm sure that you haven't just tuned in to see me pull some 5-irons because they're going left. That's the other thing. Obviously, these are designed to be more workable. So when you speak to someone who uses blades, I know this because I used to say it myself, I just enjoy the workability of them. I like to shape shots. Really? Like I listen to myself saying that back and I'm like, really? And it's so funny how you go from that into a state of, I just want to make this as easy as possible. I don't want the beautiful sleek looks. I don't want that sexy top line. I don't want that narrow blade length. I want forgiveness. Maybe not to that extent, but you know what I mean. And I'm pretty sure I'm right in thinking that even like the Callaway players don't use these, and like a lot of tour players don't use blades anymore just because of, we're all after marginal gains in golf. We're after making it a little bit easier. And these just make it that little bit harder. It's almost a marginal loss if you don't quite catch it, because the technology in clubs now, these feel great, don't get me wrong, but I'm sure other Apex irons and other more forgiving irons will feel just as good. I definitely need to go out and play at some point because those 3 swings have been very, very good. We're into a bit of a groove now almost, and this is where you can get trapped in. This is where I'm getting trapped in now. This is in a fitting, isn't it? So if you think about a fitting now, you've gone to a fitting and he's giving you the 5-iron. He's like, look mate, if you can hit the 5-iron consistently, you've hit 3 shots, let's just send them your way in the Project X and they'll be absolutely fine. Maybe we'll tweak the line go a little bit. There's your fitting, and you're like, yes. No, because it's all good in here. It's all well and good in here. But I'm going to show you this. When you're out here and you're playing on a Sunday morning, maybe in a medal, that's what it's all about. Right, last few shots with this 5-iron, then we're going to take a look at the numbers. And I don't want this to be a real... How good have I hit that? Again, it's, see, that is the answer, because I've hit that good, and it's 10 yards different just because of the strike it felt good, but it wasn't 11 out of 10. And I don't want this video to come across as a negative video. I don't want it to come across as no one should ever go and buy blades. Guys, if you're a really, really good ball striker, you want the benefits of blades, definitely go and try them. Go and try other blades. Go and try the Titleist MBs, the Ping, Blueprints. There's so many beautiful, great bladed irons out there. Fair to say they're up there with them, aren't they? But if you're not sure, that's probably an indication for you, and I think that's a fair shout. Let's go one more, because I'm really enjoying this now. Maybe a couple more. And this is you know what, maybe just, if you want to fill that void, just go and buy a bladed 4-iron and take it out with your mates every couple of weeks. Oh! I really wish I did that on purpose, but I didn't. And that's how, I can't believe I've just done that. Part of me wanted to do that and part of me didn't. But I'm not hitting anymore now. And this is the thing, so go and buy yourself a cheap bladed 4-iron, 5-iron, maybe even a 3-iron if you're that way inclined, and hit it with your mates every so often. That'll probably fill the void for you, and it'll probably teach you that actually you're quite glad you haven't got a full set of them. Now let's take a look at the science behind this video and see just how much these shots differ. I felt like I've swung good today. I think there's been a couple of bad shots in there, primarily the first one and the last one. But what's the difference in front to back dispersion? Let's take a look. So we'll take a look at the side-to-side dispersion first, and apart from that, the Lucy Locket, I don't think that's too bad really. I'm quite happy with those. Then we look at the 7-iron. Not bad. I mean, it's not great, is it? With a 7-iron, you'd hope that most of those are going to hit the green. Maybe half of them are hitting the green. So from that distance, not the best. And a 5-iron. Quite happy with that really. I pulled most of them, so not the best. They've gone a little bit further as well, probably. But this is what you've all come to see. So we'll start where we were, the 5-iron, and you can see that we'll look at the carry distances, 197, 196, 192. At this point, I'm thinking, all's rosy in the garden. I'm going to order the full set, and I can't wait. Then I hit the 188, and I was like, yeah, so I've lost 10 yards on the good one, really, 9 yards. And then I hit the bad swing, which is, and don't get me wrong, with any iron, if I would have hit that shot, it wouldn't have gone the same distance, albeit it would have been a lot closer together, and both of them probably would have been a little bit further. But so forgiving irons don't save you from everything. That's probably an important premise to take away from this video as well. Let's look at the 7-iron, because that was quite consistent. So the 7-iron, I was really happy with. 170, 163, 170, 168, 167, 170, 165. So really there, we've only got kind of a 7-yard gap, and that's between the first one and the second one. Now, they both felt pretty good, in fairness, but yeah, they were different. You can see the ones that I've pulled have gone a little bit further, which is always the case, but we've still got a little bit of a difference. That's probably the best club that I've hit, to be fair. We'll look at the spin rates as well. Spin rates all not too bad, around 6,000, which for me, I'm a low spin player, and that is why I potentially would use blades. 9-iron. Now that's just a bag of, well, a bag of all sorts, isn't it? And that's really where I knew this video was going to work, because I'm never going to swing that consistently for, we've hit kind of nearly 30 shots there. It was never going to be that consistent throughout, and that's where I openly admit I'm not good enough to play these irons. And I think a couple of years ago, / months ago, I might have tried to convince myself that I was. Then your golf game hinders a little bit, you don't play as well, you don't enjoy it as much. It's all a massive snowball effect, pardon the pun. So make sure you do go and get the right irons, make sure you go and test the right irons. There's nothing wrong with trying these, in fact I recommend you do, but make sure they're right for you, make sure you're good enough, honestly. Apart from that, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed that. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I don't think I've said that yet in this video. Leave us a like, and if you want to see some non-golf related content, check out the new channel we've released. That's right, a new channel, because people are asking for more of Laura and the dog and anything but me, really. So that's over on there. Check that out, I'll link it below. Apart from that, guys, it's been emotional, but you're going. Bye.